hold on. So just take this in, guys, right? The nerve of this guy, Laurent, to say, I wasn't even gonna come in on this pod bantering you guys, none of that. The nerve of this guy, after he's finished 10th in the league with no trophies, getting slapped left, right, and center. The man said, guys, you know what? I was gonna come on here tonight, no banter, just leave it all. The nerve! Imagine.
Wait, what is going on? Yo, what the fuck, bro? Wait. I don't get it. Do you not think that my intentions are pure, or you think I'm like I shouldn't even be saying that?
Yes, that's exactly the
Yes.
latter. What, like, you
What?
know what I mean? The audacity of you to act like
Man,
I'm gonna be
fuck
polite.
this shit, bro. You
I'm
know
gonna be
what?
polite, and I just finished 10th, and I'm just, got slapped by every team in the league, and I'm not gonna be in Europe next season, but I'm gonna be the nice guy and not
Yo,
banter you guys
no, no, no,
in the
no, no, no.
Champions League final and just won the Premier League. But I'm gonna be polite and not banter you for the nerve, bro.
Yo,
The
you know what?
absolute nerve.
You know what? You know what? I was actually like, I was legit. I didn't even realize that it came across like that, but I was being genuine in terms of, they won, right? It's a high. Let's, that loss, whatever that game was. Let's not even go there, right? They just came back, right, um from the parade, right? They had a wonderful trip, right? I just wanted it to be positive. But now that you guys are coming, like, I've starting from Murdoch, bro. Before we even went on air, you guys are coming in here with this fucking attitude, this heat, bro. Like that. So what the fuck? So now you guys want to play? All right, let's go. Let's play, man. Talk your shit. Talk your shit. Talk your shit, so I can respond in kind, bro.
What's going on, Laurent? How you doing?
I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed.
Good. I'm
I'm
glad.
blessed. I'm
glad.
blessed.
We're doing a wrap on the season that was. Um, I don't know what you're alluding to. I don't think I came in with any attitude. I was just getting ready to record, and I just wanted to have a cordial conversation. There was a lot of HR discussion prior to our trip, and we're going into the off season. It's the World Cup. We're just trying to, turn the page to next season FC, and you're just coming in with all this hostility. I don't know where it's coming from. Is it because you thought that Chelsea was going to be Centurion, but they weren't? And then you claimed that in the prediction series you're going to be Centurion, and you weren't. Um, these feats are getting more and more difficult for you. So I can understand the frustration of a preseason trophy. Um, you know, Offline, I can share with you some tools and strategies, coping strategies to manage your anger and frustration. Um, but I don't understand the hostility, Laurent. I really don't understand it. We're just recording a podcast.
Right, right. Okay, okay. I mean, listen, man. You guys want to take it there? All right. Listen, we'll take it there, bro. We'll take it there. So you mentioned two key words: difficult feats. Difficult feats. My friend, you guys are the ones that need counseling dealing with that difficult feat.
My
Because as
friend,
far
my
as
friend, talking to your mic, say it with chest. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, okay,
Say it
okay. All
with
right,
chest.
all right, all right, all right,
That's
all
it.
right, all right. Champions of Europe, you will never sing that. Is that better? Can you hear that? Can you hear that for those in the back?
Champions of England, we know what we are.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. We we we
Wait, are you
we know.
gonna? Hold on. So next year when we get going with the prediction series, and we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna do a fantasy EPL, and we have a new app that we're gonna introduce you guys to, so that we can do predictions in there to get a little bit more fan engagement. Um, Midweek games, Laurent, is that gonna be a thing for Chelsea?
No, next year for Chelsea is essentially a rebuild. Rebuild to get back to the top. To conquer
What
Europe.
top are you guys trying to get to?
well, for one, the European summit that you guys are not familiar with. You know which mountain I'm talking about, right?
I have no idea. Like I think there's a
The one you
there
guys just
the
the one you guys tried to climb last Saturday actually. That one.
oh, you mean the one that we were there?
Yeah, no, you try to climb, but then the boys in French, the mimes there, right, from Paris, they just whacked you with a baguette, and then you guys rolled all the way back to the bottom from which you
It's
came.
funny,
That
they whacked us with a singular baguette. How many baguettes did they whack you guys with?
um about
Eight.
two
Oh,
point
okay, thanks,
yeah,
CJ.
yeah,
Thanks, CJ.
2.5 the baguettes that we whacked them with when we got to the top of what is a different mountain for the world champions actually. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That mountain right there that you guys will I don't think you guys will ever be able to utter those words. World champions?
Preseason trophy?
Listen, man. Listen. We did it first. We're the pioneers. We're the
You're the
pioneers.
pioneers. So
Soon,
there's no other FIFA Club World Cup champs prior.
with a 32 tournament, nah, bro. We're the pioneers of that. And then after it's preseason now.
You're
It's
the
preseason now. Just wait until three editions when suddenly everyone is like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a tournament. This is a trophy, right? Suddenly everyone's but they'll look back and say,
Wait,
who
but
did
hold
it
on.
first?
So typically, when people win a preseason trophy, there's money associated with it, okay? And that money associated with the preseason trophy is typically used to develop a team. Can we agree on that?
Okay.
Now, the key words that you said when you started this whole tangent that the listeners and viewers have heard for better part of a year, we're
Yeah, and the
rebuilding
next
to
three.
get back to the
Oh,
to the top of England and Europe and blah 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 blah. But this is the same team that's already spent $2 billion, and you probably need another $2 billion investment. And the money that you won from the FIFA Club World Cup, you signed Garnacho and Liam Delap. And the preseason, CJ, remind me, he was over the moon with Liam Delap, wasn't he? He was like, "This is a striker. He's gonna hold the ball up. He's gonna score goals for us. We're gonna be Centurion. Maresca's gonna win Manager of the Year. Palmer's gonna be the PFA Player of the Year. Arsenal's the most disappointing team of the year." This is the same person, guys. When you're listening to Laurent talk, this is the same deluded fan. So
I was deluded when we came into that game versus PSG, and the whole world, including you guys, was saying you're not gonna do shit. You're gonna get slapped. I was deluded then.
the only podcast that you were not deluded was the podcast when we predicted that Chelsea were going to beat Barcelona. That was the only podcast that you were not deluded. But ever
And,
since
and
then,
and the ones
you
when I
guys
told
won
you,
your trophy
the
by
ones when I told
beating.
you you would never win, you won't win the Champions League. That one too. Let's add that in there, right? Let's add that in there. Um,
You were sweating.
sorry.
You were sweating.
When during
Oh,
um
100% you were sweating. You and every single other fan base were sweating
oh wait, during what, like when during the game, like when,
during the Champions League final. From minute one to the end, you were sweating just like every other fan.
so if we were sweating, where were you guys when?
I was chilling. I was at a bar in London,
Yeah,
chilling and singing
I'm
and
sure. I'm
having a
sure.
good time.
I'm sure you guys were. I'm sure you guys were. And proof of that is I seen the reaction vids of all you fucking gooners out there when fucking what's his name, Gabriel missed the fucking PK. Yeah, eh? Fly
You
Emirates,
saw
huh?
you
Fly
saw
better.
me?
Yeah, yeah. The slogan with that PK. Eh? Fly Emirates. Hey, fly better. Yeah, mate. That's it. That's it. That's
This is
that's
so cringe, CJ.
I don't I don't give
I
a fuck. All I know is that you guys are not fucking champions of Europe. And you guys are gonna have to live with that. You guys are gonna have to live with that. Accept it. It is what it is. You won your champ sorry, your Premier League title. That's fine, bro. Like that's fine, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like been there, done that. Been there, done that. We can I'm pretty sure like how many clubs can say they've been there, done that? But Europe, to conquer
I mean,
Europe,
we
come
can
on.
say that 14 times. How many times can you say it?
And how many times can you say you've conquered Europe?
No, see, you're changing the
Ah,
goalpost. You're
uh-huh,
changing the goalpost.
uh-huh. No,
Uh-huh, you're
I'm
changing the
saying,
goalpost.
listen, what I'm saying is most clubs can say they've been there, done that at least once. But how many times can you
Most
say
clubs can say they've been there, done that.
from like from like you got Liverpool, you got Man U, you got what's the name Leicester City. Leicester City has done it against all odds, right? A few years back, and then they got relegated, right? A club like that can say they've done it once. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so just doing it once is more than enough.
No, I'm saying here's the thing I'm seeing here is first get over the line, do it once, and then talk. But the
Okay,
fact
so CJ,
the
CJ,
fact
we're
of the
gonna
matter.
clip this when next year we win the Champions League, and then he's like, "Oh, oh, we've done it
Oh,
twice. We've done it twice. Remember this. Remember this conversation
here we
when this
go.
guy says, "Oh,
Here
we're
we
gonna, you know, like, see
Yo,
how the goalpost just keeps moving,
there it
keeps
is.
moving."
There it is. Yo, why the hell would you think you're gonna win like you see what I'm saying? Why the bro, this year the Champions League was the easiest for you guys to
We
win it.
are
Here we go.
we are the
You are what?
second best team
Oh
in the
my
entire world.
bro, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
It does work like that.
It does not.
Every single player that is a free agent right now, or they're not satisfied with their playing time, the teams that they want to go to is Arsenal.
Right, so they can play Harambe.
Yeah, they can play Haram ball
Ah,
that works.
mm,
The
right,
same
right,
Haram ball that helped Chelsea win two
Hmm.
Premier Leagues with Antonio Conte and Jose
right, right,
Mourinho.
Hmm.
The
right,
same
right.
the same homework that you said, I think it was like 10 pods ago, right, CJ, that he was gonna do his
Yeah, fuck that.
homework.
I'm not submitting that shit. I'm telling you, give me a zero. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
because
I
you
ain't
know
I
it's
ain't
true.
I ain't submitting that
Listen,
shit, bro.
listen,
I got I
listen.
got bigger fish to fry than
I
that.
know
That,
I know a few good therapists that can help you because the amount of frustration and your
fresh,
personality disorder, we need to get this under control and get it under wraps
but
for next season.
frustrated for what, man? We're champions of the world. We've been to Europe twice. Like, you know what I mean? What's there to be frustrated about?
I don't know. You tell me because you're very frustrated.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
You look like
I
your eye is twitching. You couldn't even get Centurion in a prediction.
yo
Like
that
that's
we're
sad.
we're gonna audit that. We're gonna audit that
That-
for real. We're gonna audit that. I have a whole team that's gonna audit that shit to make sure that no points were missed. Um, but yeah, listen. At the end of the day, um,
Oh,
congrats again for winning
Thank you.
the league.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you
reg-
very
yeah,
much.
yeah, no problem, no problem. And in regards to Europe,
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's next year and the year
Yeah.
after that, right? So no pressure, man. You
Wait,
keep.
but next year and the year after that, is Chelsea going to be participating in it?
Oh, listen, don't worry about us. Don't worry
No,
about
I'm
us.
not. I'm not. Listen, I'm
Listen,
not worried at all. The fact that you guys are still in the Premier League, it means every season until the end of time, we're guaranteed 6 points. That is the best thing. That's the best outcome. Same thing with Spurs remaining in the league. We're guaranteed another 6 points. That means we're guaranteed 12 points without the season even starting. Like, what more could you ask for?
mm, this is cute. This is cute. But listen, I'll tell you this much. Uh, Xabi Alonso will have his work cut out for him during the summer, but we all have faith. We all have faith in him, and yeah, man. So
Hold on, the same fate that you had for Garnacho and Delap, or what? Can I get a criteria of where your fate is? Is it a Garnacho fate? Is it a Delap fate? Is it a Neto
Rosinier.
it's
fate?
Was it Rosinier?
Rossinier,
no,
or
it's not even
you
that,
know?
man. It's like a Didier Drogba level type of fate. Yeah,
Oh,
man. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so yeah, man, this is I think this could be the manager that sticks around for quite some time. Listen,
And remind me, just please remind me, what's Javi Alonso's favorite formation?
yeah, with the five in the back,
Ah.
but that doesn't matter because you can still have that formation and Well, I don't know why you're laughing. You can still have that formation and play some beautiful football, non-haram, um,
Mm.
which
Mm.
is
But that
listen,
formation is not is known for what?
what? Five in the back? It depends on how
Yeah.
you play it, but it
No,
is
no, no,
known
no, 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 no.
typically. It is no,
Answer
but
the
no,
question. What's that formation known for?
it is known for being defensive. But
Ah,
I will
thank
tell you,
you.
I will tell you
Thank
that
you.
it depends. It also depends on the player instructions, right? And
Ju-
so
You can justify whichever way you want to cut the cheese.
no, but it's true.
It's a defensive formation, and it's going to be very
It
interesting to
does
see how you defend
defensive,
Jabi Alonso next year when it
mhm,
will be haram ball.
but it won't be.
It
That's
100% will be.
I don't know why. Listen, I don't know where you're getting that from, but it will not be Harambo.
Where I'm getting that from is the fact that you guys. Oh, I can't say that on air. Never mind.
No, feel free, please share, man.
No, no, no. I can't. That's a for our ears only.
Mm,
I think you can. I think at the end of the day, I think you can say what you want to say, right, Laurent, about Haram Ball and this and that, and but if anybody offered you the chance to swap seasons, your season for ours, you would 110% take it.
no, I'm good. I'm good over here.
Yeah, and that's that. See, that is a bunch of cap. Not the ice cap that I like to drink here in Canada, people. For those who know, shout
Bro,
out to Morton's. That is a bunch of cap. Don't tell me that you'd rather finish 10th than win the Premier League and get to a Champions League final. Come on, let's
I'm good,
not do
bro.
that. Let's be
Listen,
honest.
I'm good. I'm good over here, bro. Nothing that you guys have done has is anything new to us. You see what I'm saying? If anything, bro, the roles should be reversed, and you should be asking to switch spots with us, bro, because we've won it twice, and you guys have never done it, bro. See what I'm saying? Like, now
But
you
like
have the audacity, you got the
no,
nerve
but see,
now,
see
Sonny, to come up here and pretend like you've won something that we haven't won.
well, but that's the thing. We've done things that you guys have never done before. So I don't understand this. Like if we used to be on your side. I understand what you guys are going through. You and United fans and everyone who's talking about history. You guys are giving us history lessons. We used to be there because we weren't relevant now. You know what I mean? We used to be there giving history lessons and trying to pretend like we're still something, you know? So again, I've reminded you about this book before, Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. That's nice what you guys did during COVID and did when we were in high school, but the power of now. We are Premier League champions. You guys are 10th
And we're
place
world
with
champions.
zero trophies. So what do we,
World champions. Oh my
We're world
days.
so
champions currently, bro.
and basically what you're saying is next year you can finish 10th again because it's okay. You won two European Cups in the past when we were all sick with COVID, and you won the Club World Cup preseason trophy in Donald Trump's, lifting the cup for you and Cole Palmer's giving him the side eye. Like, it's all good because you won
I'll say
those
this much.
trophies.
In regards to your offer, I'll say this much. Conquer
Don't
Europe
lie to
first.
yourself, man.
Wait, no,
You
no, no.
you can't lie to yourself.
I'll let you say this much. Conquer Europe first before you ask the conquerors about switching spots anywhere. Do that. Do the business first.
But
Win,
I don't
win.
need to switch spots with you and whatever because we're Arsenal's already a bigger football club than Chelsea. Like that's not
How
gonna
you how
change.
you
That's never
wait,
changed.
hold on. And how you consider yourself the biggest if you haven't even conquered Europe? Like, bro, do you realize how crazy that sounds?
But Nottingham Forest has had
No, no, no,
European
no, no.
cups. You know what I
Again,
mean? Like
again,
I don't get
again,
it.
again. Right? Let's be clear. It's almost like
DJ, anything you say, he's just gonna like
no, but for
keep
real,
moving the
for
Why is
goalposts.
real,
Europe your benchmark? You know what the benchmark is?
because
There's so many
that's a
other
bench.
benchmarks.
Okay, name me a top club in any league, right?
Hmm.
That's considered top, like apex of that league that hasn't won it.
Marseille.
Then you wouldn't. That's not a top club. You sure you can argue in terms of like the heritage in
Oh
France?
my
No,
god.
no, 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 no. But for real, in terms of the heritage in France, you can argue. Sure, they're a top club relatively speaking. But at this point, the biggest in that league is PSG by a landslide because they've
Yeah,
done it
because they've
twice.
been bought to that
But
Well,
position.
just
bro,
like Chelsea,
I
just
don't, I
like
don't, I
Man
don't care.
City,
I don't care
these are
what
clubs
they
that
did.
lack heritage, bro. This is the point we're
Listen,
trying
no,
to
no,
get at.
no. I don't care what
Arsenal
they did. They
has
they did it twice.
historically, right?
Oh my
We
gosh,
we're
bro.
we have more
A history
trophies
lesson.
than Chelsea. We've given you guys like you're talking about
A
conquering
history
Europe.
lesson.
You barely conquered the country first. You know how many league titles Chelsea have? No, you don't know. So I'll tell you. You have six league titles. We have 14, bruv. 14. And that's just league titles. So conquer your home first before you conquer outside of your home. You know what I mean? Like you guys haven't even surpassed us in England. So Don't talk about what you've done in the. Yes, you guys have won two European trophies and Champions League. I'll always give you credit for that. But it's still, you guys are still little bros compared to the Arsenal. Yes, we need to add that star above the badge and win the
There's only
Champions
one
League.
club in London that's done it, by the way.
Okay, and congratulations, but you
All
guys still
right,
have a
all
lot
right.
more
So
work to
so
do
so
to
show
catch up
some
to us.
respect.
To
Show some
catch up
respect,
to us.
and
We
you
are still here, and you guys are creeping up, trying to creep up, but we
and
are still here, bro. That's
just
it.
like
That's the thing.
just like you guys have still a lot more work to do to catch up to us in our exploits in Europe, right?
Not really.
Because
It's not.
of
We
course,
don't have that much more to do.
of course
Why?
you do. What are you crazy? Do you know
We
how?
we have to just win it once for you to finally shut up, and you'll have nothing to
Actually,
ever
No,
say
no,
to
no,
us.
he's not gonna
Whereas
shut up,
you
CJ,
have
because he's
years.
gonna
you
say
Oh
gotta
yeah, the preseason Club World
yes,
Cup.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
he's
true,
gonna
true.
say,
Yeah,
oh, you have to
yeah,
win
yeah,
twice,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
and then you gotta win the preseason
I
trophy.
I actually
You
forgot
know,
about that
like,
one. I
you know what
actually
I
forgot.
mean? Like,
It's
this is
levels. It's truly no, it's levels. Like how you guys are insinuating. But yeah, man. Like win it once first, and clearly, I think you guys realize how hard it is to even do it one time, right? Because RE, right? When was RE back in the final? When was this? When was last time? Yeah.
2006.
Right, right. Okay. 2006. I don't even know what the scoreline for that was, but I'm sure it was a lot close. Well, actually, no. Like, but I think in terms of this, the how you guys played that game, I'm pretty sure it was a lot closer than how this game went.
Well, we lost this one on penalties, so I mean, it doesn't get any.
No, but I'm saying in terms of like the chances, because bro, let's be real. Yeah, are we going on to dissect the game? Because I actually want to dissect the game. If you
Yeah,
guys are willing.
we will.
Okay,
I'll let you land your point though.
okay. Because what I'm trying to say is that this game here, you got one chance early. You were leading, and then you disappeared. Pretty much. You guys had the lowest level of possession in a Champions League final history. Are you guys aware of that?
So what you're saying, and I get it, because a lot of rival fans have tried to say this. You guys wanted us to open up pause against them, and so that we can get slapped, because that's how Bayern Munich
Ha!
got five past them. That's how you
Yeah.
guys got eight past you. If we were as
Hold
naive
on,
as you
hold
guys,
on, hold
that's
on,
why
hold
you
on.
guys were not in the finals. Because if we were as naive as you
Ah,
guys, we would have gotten slapped left, right, and center, right? But our tactic took us all the way to penalties, and we
right,
almost won the Champions League on this tactic that you're complaining about, that
right,
Chelsea
right.
has built their success off as well.
When Rose
So.
Senior does it, when Rose Senior does it, suddenly, oh, he's being a pussy. He's being like, you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, you
But
can't
he
have it
had
go
to,
both ways.
but that's different.
Yeah, yeah,
Rosinier
sure.
had to go for it though. He was already
No,
in
no,
a deficit.
but
We had the lead, so why
under,
would we then
under.
continue opening up against the best team in the world? You have to
Okay,
respect
but
PSG.
hold on.
Come on,
Okay, okay,
man.
okay. And I feel like let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. Right? You guys are the best defensive team in the world. You have top quality center backs. Even the fullbacks are quality, right? Your defensive structure is immaculate. You're telling me that with the personnel you guys have on the pitch, from the back to the midfield, that you can't even allow yourself to open up your guard to then go on an attack and trust your players to fill in those defensive slots when need be if there's a counter? Like, are you like, come on, man? This can't be.
100% because we're talking about PSG. We're not talking about the
That's
likes of
different, but
Yeah.
Chelsea. We're not
that's why
because
Murdat,
we
but
just
that's why
watched
they're not in the
semifinal.
Man.
finals. That's why they finished
Yeah,
10th in the league because they're not tactically astute. Like
Nah, man.
you're not
The same
thinking
PSG.
properly, bro.
Funny thing is, this is the same PSG that we dealt with in the final, bro.
oh
Right,
And
and
we
you're going
my
back to history lessons. So when
god.
you guys played them most
uh-huh.
recently, what did they show you? They showed you level. They
Uh-huh.
showed you that, bro, like when it counts, we're gonna deal with you, and they dealt with you handily.
And it counted
They
then.
didn't care about
They
what
did
happened
care.
last summer.
They
They
did
were
care.
still off the piss of winning the Champions League
Nah,
last year.
bro.
They don't
Nah,
care
bro.
about a
No.
club World Cup
Sacre bleu, bro.
preseason trophy. You know what I
You're not
mean? When they played you, what was the score when you guys played them most recently? Twice, 8-2 on aggregate. So your Club World Cup nonsense is now
nah, no,
null
no,
and
no.
void. We're not talking about
And
that anymore because we're talking about what happened in the
what's
present. PSG
hold on.
showed you guys that your shit was a fluke, bro. Like, you know what I mean? They slapped you guys over two games.
What's crazy? Hold on. What's crazy? Because if we're actually dissecting the nuances of that first Chelsea game, the fun fact is that if you actually contrast that game versus yours, right? Apart like we broke down, right? Yes, the I think the second game, that's where I think we conceded three. It ended it yeah, I think it was 3-0. That second game. Where it's pretty much right from the get-go, it was bad defensive errors all around, right? But that first game, You watch how we played that game up to the 70th minute. Before, funny enough, the defensive errors from our keeper Jorgensen, who had a you could say a pretty good game until he did that. We were bar for bar with that team,
Up until the
bar for
70th minute. How long is
bar.
a
Yeah,
game of
yeah, yeah,
football?
bar for bar. But
How
wait, wait,
long is
but
a
hold
game
on,
of
hold on, hold
football?
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. But you guys, right? How long could you guys say, yo, you guys actually went in there in that arena and went toe to toe? They were throwing punches, you were throwing punches. How long can you say that for?
We
What,
didn't, but the I
the
don't. But
first six
the
minute?
difference between those two games is that we didn't lose the match in real time. You know what I mean? We lost it in penalties. You guys lost the match. Like you're talking
Yeah,
about what
but
happened
you
up to the
still you
70th minute.
yeah,
The
yeah, but you
game is
still
90 minutes long. You guys ended
Fam,
up losing 4-2. You know what I
fam, you
mean?
still
Don't
lost. You
don't tell
still
me you
lost. We
played
both
well.
lost. The result was
Okay, so
for
but
the both of us.
exactly.
The
So then
result
you
was.
bringing it up does not help your
But
argument
no,
right now.
but my point is that you guys didn't even give yourself a fighting chance on the offense, on
Because
the
we didn't need to.
offensive
We were
side.
up 1-0. We were up 1-0, bro. What do you want us
Yeah,
to
and
keep
then you
doing?
weren't,
You
and
like
then you
again, this is
weren't, and then
bro,
you
come
weren't.
on,
Like you
man.
see what I'm
This is
saying? And
coaching
then
101.
wait,
You
hold on,
want
hold on,
us
hold on, and then you
to
weren't.
attack after we have a one goal lead against the best team in the world. We know our offensive deficiencies. So at that point, you got to lean on your strengths. Our strengths is our defensive structure, as you alluded to. If we're up 1-0, and we're going to dissect this when we get into the game, maybe scoring that early was to our detriment, to be honest with you. But we
That's
scored
a one,
early.
one. Yeah, yeah.
we
Go on,
scored
go on.
we scored early, right? And again, we're playing the best team in the world. We have to respect PSG. They are the best team in the world, bro. So you want us to be up 1-0 and then play Bayern Munich or Chelsea type beautiful football and continue to attack the best team in the world and open up spaces for them to then pretty much do what they do best, exploit those spaces in behind. Why would we do that? We've built the structure. We won the Premier League this season based on the structure that we have defensively and so on and so forth. So we're not going to drastically just change now for a final, especially against again the best team in the world. You have to understand that from a coaching and a tactical standpoint.
And you guys have some of the best defenders in the world. You see what I'm
So
saying? Like,
we defended. That's what I'm
and
saying. We had the
and
lead and then we defended.
yeah, but and then what's crazy is let's be real, bro. Let's be real. Games like this also are won and lost psychologically. Okay?
Oh, here we go.
What? Like it's the truth of the matter. Like there's no other way. There's no bro, Murdad. How like if you go into a fight, okay? And I just describe it, you guys get the first the first hook, right? It lands. Fine. That's 1 point for you guys. But how long can you keep that guard up and allow your opponent to keep trying to pounce at you before eventually your guard is going to break? You see what I'm saying? Eventually you can only be defensive so good, but you have to counter, bro. You have to throw in like a punch or two, bro. Like you see what I'm saying? And eventually, funny enough, what happens is that, bro, you can see the penalty, and then suddenly at that point, they start to feel like they're in control, right? And bro, like I see what you're saying in terms of the game plan. Sure, you can argue that in terms of the how long you lasted, where the game was brought, penalties, it got down to the last kick. If that was the game plan, sure. But I'm telling you, bro, in another dimension somewhere, there could have been a scenario where Arsenal could have found a way to even neutralize that penalty from happening. You see what I'm saying? If you guys had put a bit more pressure.
Well, we can talk about the game now, I guess, going into it. But the other way, the ulterior world or the external world where we find another way to neutralize that pressure. If I can tell you guys right now, I think if Timber, our actual right back, starts that game,
Mm.
the one weak link that we all knew ahead of this game that could have gotten exploited, where we would probably be the weakest, was the right back. And what actually happened in the game? The right back, our third choice right back, who's actually a young center back, first year in the league. He was the difference on the day, and I'm not here to iron him out because he had a brilliant first season with us, Mascara, but he was the difference on the day. I firmly believe if Timber starts that game, we obviously don't concede that penalty. You know what I mean? You need your best right back in a game like this against that left winger. And Mascara did the best he could up until whatever time the penalty was conceded, 60th minute, whatever.
Yeah.
That challenge in the 60th minute was a penalty, 100%. I don't care what anyone says. It was a penalty, and it was a clumsy challenge on Kvara by Mascara, and they exploited it. If Timber starts that game, and again, as we're dissecting the game, I was planning on talking about this. I feel like if Timber starts that game, if he was fit enough for the bench, I think he should have started and then come off. I think they should have done it the other way around, as opposed to him coming on because he came on Timber and it was too little, too late. I think he should have started the game. But if he's a fit Timber starting and playing that game, you can bet your bottom dollar, at least from my perspective, I firmly believe we could see out that game from a defensive standpoint. And that's the ulterior world where what we would do works because we have, as you mentioned, the defenders and the personnel to deal with that kind of structure, right? Styles make fights. We were going up against the best offense and we have the best defense in the world. So we were never going to be a team that opens up and leaves all these spaces, whatever, for PSG to exploit because people like yourselves, rival fans, you guys all wanted us to get slapped and battered. And I'm sorry that that didn't happen. And all we're talking about now is
No, I just wanted you guys to lose, bro. Like,
two
just
penalties away was the difference between us winning this thing and not. And as Murdad pointed out, you guys were all 100% sweating. Don't try and tell us you weren't sweating. You guys were sweating your asses off, right? Two penalty misses was the difference between us winning this Champions League and not. So Arteta, technically it was close. His game plan almost worked, right? And like I said, on a different day, I think the one key difference in this game is if Timber starts versus Mascara. And I think that is the difference between us winning the Champions League and not, in my opinion.
And I think there were some shocking refereeing decisions. Extremely shocking refereeing
here we go,
decisions.
bro. The referee. What did the referee do this time, bro? Tell us, tell us. What do you do?
It's a fact.
What do you
When
do? What do you do?
Hakimi punched Kai Havertz, what like nothing happens there. Beginning of the second half, Mascara goes to pick up the ball to throw it in. He gets a yellow card because he's claiming that we're time wasting at the 46th minute. Kai Havertz is getting ran through from the back. No fouls are called. Flip side, PSG runs down the side as a shoulder to shoulder foul. Soft yellow cards being called. We had our corner kick at the end of the first half that we didn't even get to take.
Yes,
It's like
rightfully,
shit.
rightfully so. That right there, rightfully so, bro. Don't even try to pretend like that right there.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so, bro. What do you mean, bro? This guy, the ref tells you, yo, hurry it up, and then you want to drag your ass. Like, bro, listen, bro.
How is he dragging his ass? Did you even
Like
watch that play? He
I
was
did.
literally going.
He's trying to do that Saka limp or whatever he does, bro. The ref, we telling you, yo, hurry it up, right? Get to that and take that take that corner kick. You want to pretend like, yo, you're hard of hearing? All right, bet. Blows the whistles, and the PSG players knew the drill. Complain all you want, bro. It's simple. You have a corner, take it. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
so 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 Chelsea's never done that before.
all I'm saying is you guys are known for
Okay,
doing
see
that.
now
Oh,
you're just
no, no,
deflecting.
no,
You're not even
no, no. Hold
answering.
on, hold on, hold
But
on,
if
hold on.
but if you're
All
gonna
right,
come back and
I'll
make
answer.
any,
I'll answer. Our teams at times known for wasting time when the opportunity arises? Sure. But the difference is, right, with Arsenal is that is the inherent philosophy. It is the game plan for Arsenal. Bro, there's a reason why when players have their interviews after the game and you hear them talk, bro, like it's not even just PSG now. And I'm sure you guys heard Vitinha's post interview?
yeah,
No.
you're just salty.
Huh?
You're
No,
just
no.
salty.
Bro, it's one thing for one, but when you have multiple players commenting on how it is to play Arsenal,
What
and
did
they see
Vitinha say?
pretty much um he's pretty much saying like it's like one team didn't even come out to play
Yeah, but
football,
this is
right?
the
The
rhetoric.
the
This is the
right, bro,
bullshit
these are
rhetoric
the
that's in the media.
players. What do you
No,
bro,
this
it's
is the bullshit.
they're talking about their experience. What do you want him to say? He's talking about he
Laurent,
played the
the
game.
reason why, yeah, but like you're getting so animated for something that doesn't
Of course,
even
of course.
that's not even relevant. They're getting frustrated because for 120 minutes they had 19 shots, only four of them were on targets. The only way that they could have scored is because Martin Odegaard missed his assignment and Mascara had to turn around and make a last-ditch tackle. That is the only way that they were able to score and beat us. They were frustrated. So I'm not going to take any comment that they say after the game. You have a right back who just got back from injury in Hakimi playing as dirty as the Moroccans played and the Moroccan national team played in the African Cup of Nations, doing some bullshit ass dark arts, and you are here telling me that what is part of the game to waste time to take corners and all this is because Arsenal is just the only team that does this. When you have a
It's
player
inherent in your
punching,
philosophy. and
It's inherited in every single team's
not
philosophy
not to
to
the
waste
degree,
time when
bro.
the other team, yeah, but then you can't, okay, but so now you just keep moving the goalposts.
No, no,
You're like, oh,
and
but
yo,
not
hold
to
on,
that
hold on, hold on,
degree.
hold on, hold
Oh,
on,
but
hold on.
this team doesn't do
Actually,
it
no, 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 no go, bro. There's actually a stat, and I will pull it up. If I can't pull it up now, I will pull it up and I will show you after, bro. There's a stat that says how much time, like um is it like during the game, like when the ball is in play, and funny enough, when you guys play your games, that number is skewed towards like so it's indicative of time wasting. Like when Arsenal plays their games, like that specific stat that I'm referring to, I'll find it and I will share with
So
you
you're
guys.
saying that so that's not being skewed. You're not thinking that the lower level teams that were playing in the Premier League, they're also wasting time because they don't want to go toe to toe with us. But that part of the argument
No, no,
is
no. I'm not referring to those. I'm referring to in certain in games, right? Like the one we've seen here, right? That number is particularly high when you guys play, right? Because it indicates that you guys are looking to not be progressive with.
when there's an opponent that has better skilled players in certain areas and we want to try to
But then
nullify
why
that,
is
we're
it
gonna
that when another team faces a PSG, the numbers aren't as high? That's my point. Like, you see what I'm saying?
because those teams are stupid and they open up and then they get
Uh
battered.
so it's that. But again, it
But
shows that
no,
there's a.
it's not just that. It's the facts of the matter. Bayern Munich being one of the only teams that could potentially go toe to toe with them from an offensive level, they went toe to toe with them and they got battered. Chelsea tried to go toe to toe, they got battered.
Bayern to get battered.
But
You can't see. I actually, you're referring to the first game or the second game?
both games,
I mean, that first game it ended up it was a one goal difference, no? And even that's I swear that second
Bay
game was a what was a one goal
Bayern
difference.
got battered. Bayern got battered. I don't care what the scoreline says. When you watch that game and you watch how that semifinal went, they got battered. Either way, the refereeing was piss poor. Some of the decisions that were made, it was shocking. And if you're gonna call a yellow card for something so pathetic as a throw in the 46th minute, you have to call yellow cards when players are going through another player to get to the ball. It's almost like the first half, you just let Arsenal do what he wanted to do, and then the second half, someone from the PSG board went and spoke to the referee, paid him a couple $1,000s, and then all of a sudden his calls changed. Now, does that mean that the referee was the reason that we lost? No. But I do think that the referee had the worst performance he possibly could have had in a final. A lot of the decisions were piss poor. If it was the other way around that we punched a PSG player in the throat in that manner,
Yeah, I gotta see
we
this
would have
clip.
been sent off.
I got you gotta send. I think I'm gonna search that up because
Yeah,
there was a
go search
punch.
Hakimi. Yes,
I'm sub.
Hakimi clotheslined and punched Kai Havertz in the face.
All right, let me search this up. And honestly, bro,
I don't really expect anything different. Like we saw what the Moroccans did during the African Cup of Nations.
I will say
And
this though: if Hakimi, if you did that, bro, shout out. Thanks for decking that fucker in the face, bro. Yeah, he'll make sure to point to that crest again when he sees us next time around. Fucking dickhead. All right, Hakimi versus what's his name? Kai
Kai
Havertz.
Havertz. Yeah. Anyways, I think the game was well played. I think the tactic was smart to nullify PSG. A lot of their shots were from outside the box, and I don't think they were starting to get frustrated. You could see it. All the passes, um, there was a lot of lateral play. They were trying to go from one wing to another wing, and the low block worked. The low block worked. Um, I don't know if I would blame Mascara for that penalty. I think I blame Martin Odegaard a little bit more because he was just flat-footed and he didn't move with the ball, and he was just ball watching. And he could have closed that lane when the ball went to, I think was it Vitinha or no, or Fabian Ruiz, whoever got the ball that passed it back to Kvaratskhelia.
I think it was
Who,
Nuno Mendes.
sorry, Nuno Mendes. Yeah, like Odegaard was staying there. He's just ball watching, right? Like You can't be doing that. If you're the captain of the team,
Yeah, I
you
saw
can't
that.
be
I
doing.
I saw it. And you're talking about when he was going for the throw in, when Kai Havertz is trying to go for throwing the ball, and then that's what you refer to as the clothesline, correct?
Yes.
Bro, no, come on, man. There's no way we're doing this.
Okay.
There's no way we're
Okay.
doing this, bro.
See, if it was the other way around and
Nah,
we did this to a
nah,
Chelsea
nah,
player,
nah.
he'd be like, "Oh,
Nope,
see, you
nope,
guys are dirty players.
nope,
You guys are, yeah,
nope, nope. You already,
100% you would.
listen. You've heard me call out. You've
100%.
heard me call out my players, bro. I don't tolerate no bitch ass behavior, bro. That right there is you're being a bitch to Kai Havertz, respectfully. You're being a bitch. You're being a little wussy, right? No, no, truly, like that's what it comes down to, bro. He didn't clothesline him. And for those of you who watch WWE, you know what a clothesline is, all right? That that my friend is not a clothesline. If anything, it was a hug. At the most, he's trying to fucking hug the guy, and then it's just his arm got in his throat, you know.
Yeah.
But nah, man. Listen, at the end of the day, you're biased for your team, so you want to see what you want to see, and there's a reason why that wasn't called a red.
How? Okay. Sure. I'm biased
Bro,
with
this is Champions League, bro. If that was what you're saying it was, he would have been sent off, bro. Like there's no like you don't get away with that.
who
Like
who's saying anything about being sent off? He should have at least been cautioned. At a bare minimum, you have to be cautioned. Shit like that, that's an orange. You have to be cautioned. If you're gonna caution Mascara in the 46th minute for a throw in,
the crazy part is he's trying to get the ball, bro. Like do you not see that in the action? He's trying to get the ball, and
you
it's
can
just
try to get the ball, but okay. Declan Rice was walking away from the ball and he got kicked
mm,
and he got sent off
when was this?
last year in the Premier League. Like I don't understand what your argument is. You're talking about,
Okay,
oh,
wait,
this
wait.
is the
That
Champions
okay,
League, the
wait.
bar is higher. We've seen shady handballs called the entire Champions League campaign.
Mm. And then some are saying that there should have been some called on you guys that game, but
Sure, yeah, I wouldn't have been
I mean,
shocked when that happened with Saka. I wouldn't have been shocked if it was called.
I think
But
that'd have been
I'm
harsh.
also
I think
shocked
that'd
that
have been harsh.
Madueke's wasn't a called a penalty because we've seen worse penalties called. And for anyone saying that Madueke was trying to hold Nuno Mendes' arm down
Oh, wait,
and
wait, wait.
pull
No,
him,
no, no. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. All right, yo, Murad, please don't go there, bro. Time out, time out. Please do not go there, bro. There's Murad,
that was a
I'm
penalty.
Murad. I'm losing hair, and I do not need to lose more, bro. Please, please, for the love of God,
No,
Murad,
I need to go there because I'm gonna get you looking more like Arnie Slot.
yo, bro, I'm about to get sacked, bro. Yo, there's no way
That
in
was a
hell
penalty.
that is a
That
penalty,
is a
bro.
penalty.
How,
That is
how,
a
how,
penalty.
how? Like, explain that to me. I'm actually curious.
He's going through the player from behind him. If you've seen the penalties that have been called the entire Champions League, that is a penalty.
But wait. You don't, you realize, right, that as he's trying to catch up to him, they're almost like side by side to a point, right? Maybe he's
Yes.
he's he's off the pace by like less than half a yard per se, right?
Yes.
And the only reason why it looks like he's going through him, right, and then he falls, is because your guy is latching onto his arm. It's the only reason
He's
why,
trying to hold him off.
bro. You can't hold like even as an offensive player, right? If you do that, like even if you tug like a shirt, like a player's to balance yourself, and the rest he's at, you can get a call a foul, right? And you're the guy on the you see what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. You can't hold someone's arm and then they fall, and then what do you want the person to do? Like I don't understand. What do you want Nuno Mendes to do? He's having his arm tug. Like what is he supposed to do?
Either way, we're gonna agree to disagree.
Yo, this is
That was
crazy.
100% a penalty.
That
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 is
yo,
100% a penalty. Given with what we've seen the entire Champions League campaign, that is 100% a penalty. And the penalty that you're alluding to the Saka one, yeah, I wouldn't have when it happened, I was like,
bro,
fuck,
that's
that's
not
gonna be a
that
penalty.
one's not a penalty, bro. The Saka one is not a penalty. Yeah,
So what you're
even if
saying the Trossard one? Yeah, the Trossard one when I saw it too, I was like,
maybe that one you can okay, you can argue, and even that I'm iffy, and I said that even
yeah, but
jokingly
even the
earlier too.
Saka one, like we've seen like
Yeah, but that
other
would have been
handballs called as a
I'm
penalty as well.
listen, that would have been if that was called a penalty, bro. That's one where like you're happy, but in the back, like you're like, damn, bro, like you guys got robbed, like you guys got did dirty, bro. Because that there's no way in hell you call that a penalty. Like he's trying to clear it, right? And then it kind of just like ping. pinballs, all
Yeah,
that
but
stuff.
still, we've seen those called, right? So if you're like, yeah, it'd be harsh, but we've seen those called.
Mm. Yeah, but honestly, bro, that
So
Nuno Mendes one, yo, I'm gonna fight you to the grave for that one, cause
Nuno Mendes should have also been sent off. Like, I don't even know how many tackles that he made throughout the entire game, not getting a yellow card. He should have been sent off, or at least he should have been playing on a yellow.
Mm,
I'm telling you, like it was the one of the worst refereeing performances for a Champions League final that I've seen. Um, and I do want to page, yes, I know Arteta did win the Premier League after 22 years, but this was some of the concerns that I had when I told you guys in the pod when we won when we won the Premier League that I question Arteta as long term. Why you're switching off Saka in the 88th minute or 86th minute, bringing on Madueke, when you know that when you go into extra time, you're probably going to be fighting for penalties. So why wouldn't you take off Trossard, play Saka on his off wing, or change something like that to keep Saka on, so at least you have an extra penalty kicker, right?
I think it was the fatigue, cause he felt like they needed the defensive support.
Figure something else out.
But
You're already bringing on Jurriën Timber. You can't take everybody off.
okay, I agree with that. But if CJ's making the point that he's making, and you are making that same point in regards to having that resistance, a low block, and you need legs. You need legs. You
I
cannot
agree
afford.
with you, but you can th the way that that system is, it still would have worked because
Where
they're
would you put
leggy
Saka?
and their main four guys at that point were going off.
So wait, where were you gonna put Saka?
You could have played left wing. You could have put Noni on the right wing to go after Nuno Mendes, or you could have flipped this. It doesn't matter. Trossard was coming off anyways, but you're taking off all your potential penalty kick takers, and then you're putting a defender who he's got the biggest balls to step up to take the fifth penalty. But also, it comes down to Arteta's management, the man management of the game. You take off your captain, you take off arguably your best player. Like you had to think long term for the rest of the game. I think that's the part that he got wrong because their four best players were off. Dembele was off, Kvaratskhelia was off, Due was off.
No, I think Due stayed. I'm looking at
Due
the
stayed on.
Sorry,
Vitinha
Due
came off.
stayed. Vitinha came off.
and I'm not gonna lie, Dewey looked like he still had the legs in him because also he's a very
Yeah.
young player. Um,
Yeah, and he was
uh,
on Nkapie's side. And then we brought in Zubamendi for MLS. So, like,
but bro, even Barcola was causing havoc for who's Timber, bro. Funny enough,
Timber.
I swear Timber was there. He's caught cheating a 1-2 time. Um,
Yeah, but the system is designed in a way that they we could have managed. But I think that's where we lost it. Like that's you can't do that. You can't leave yourself so short. Um, and that's my worry. That's my worry, man, going into next season.
Here's my problem with it is I think a couple of things. Okay, so a couple of things I have a different viewpoint on. First of all, with the substitutions thing, I think Saka needed to come off. He was having a horrible game. We were from where I was watching it in the pub on Finsbury Park there. A lot of us were pretty disappointed with Saka's performance. He was pissing me off. I can't even lie. Like he still looks a yard off the pace. He still doesn't look like himself. Every shot that he's trying to take is getting blocked. The defenders are reading his every intention. Like he does not look like himself at the moment, Saka. Like he's just a yard off of it. And he was pissing me off to say the least during the game. So that sub, I'm happy that he came off because he wasn't on it. Um, the problem is, and here's where we're gonna have to elevate for next season. And Odegaard also was not again. We've said a lot about Odegaard this season. This is the cup final. You're the captain of the club. If anyone we're looking to turn up is you. And Odegaard, all he did literally was press, and his press didn't work because did he win the ball once off of a press? No. So he was just running around like a headless chicken. Respectfully, Odegaard as well. You're there for more than that, right? You're a creative player. You're the number 10. You're the creative spark. We've seen real midfield quality on their end. Respectfully, PSG's end, right? That's quality midfield play, right? Odegaard, you're our captain. You're former Real Madrid player. You're the experienced guy. This is a Champions League final. I need something from you. And again, on the offensive end, at least on the ball, he didn't show us much. of anything. So Arteta said it after the game that we are going to have to be ruthless and make some decisions. And I like these are the things that I like to hear going into next season. I hope he is ruthless with the captain, Odegaard. I hope he is ruthless with some of our other attacking players like Martinelli and the likes, because all in all, and again, going back to Laurent, your point earlier about, trying to, and what people wanted us to do, which is to go blow for blow against this PSG team. At the end of the day, when you're up 1-0 early in a cup final against PSG, you have to respect the opposition, the best team in the world. We know our deficiencies are at. Arteta will never admit it publicly, but let's be honest, you'll see it in this summer window when we make our acquisitions. We're going to improve this forward line because we simply have to. We saw in that final we are just not equipped enough in the forward line. Our forwards are just not good enough to get over the line in a Champions League. We almost did it, mind you, but is it sustainable? Even in the Premier League next season, we're going to have to change our style of play. We're going to have to be more front-footed. We're going to have better forward and offensive play,
Hmm.
and that's going to require signings, right? These guys, let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. Yes, it was right to take off Saka and so on, but we ended that game, and our forward line that we asked us to win the game was Gyökeres, Madueke, and Martinelli. That is simply never going to win you a Champions League final, really. You know what I mean? Like that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Like we can pinpoint things here and there. We can try and be specific and clever about what we ended that final with Gyökeres, Madueke, Martinelli front three. Would either of those that front three get into any other big team in the world, right? Starting. No, they wouldn't. And these are the differences. Odegaard as well, like I said, uncomfortable conversations need to be had about him. We need to maybe improve. We need to get a better, more technical midfielder in that area to create chances for us, somebody who's truly, of a world class, a higher level. Because Odegaard just hasn't been
I
the
swear
same
he is
Odegaard
technical.
for, huh? He is, but he
I
doesn't
think
damage the opposition enough. Like
I
we
think it's
need
just his
more.
speed is his speed is play. I feel like he's
and,
just too fluid.
and consistency as well. Like it's some days he's really good for us, of course, but we haven't seen a consistently good Martin Odegaard since like 2024 or 23. It's been a few years, so his fall off needs to be studied, whether that's injuries, whether that's other things, but he's not the same player either. So again, we can't keep carrying passengers, right? Like we're looking to elevate and take the next step. And again, our Teta said it, and I'm glad he said it, and I hope he backs his chat. So he was basically subliminally saying we're gonna have to make some ruthless decisions this offseason because all in all, we need our forward line to match our back line. We can all agree here. Everyone says Arsenal individually and collectively have the best defenders in the world that can get into any team, right? World-class defenders. Saliba, Gabriel, Raya, Timber are all world class. I don't think there's any debate about it. Declan Rice is the number six in front of the back four, world class. I think that's where the conversation ends about Arsenal's world class players. Who in our forward line is world class? And again, the Bayern Munich's, the PSG's, the Real Madrid's, Barca's, we can all name
Wait,
players on
isn't
that
Saka
team.
supposed to be the world class guy?
Well, a lot of Arsenal fans may think so. For me, the jury is still out on that. Again, he hasn't shown the
Man,
same level of
let's put it to
consistency.
bed, bro. The guy's not it. After that performance, we can all say that he's not it.
And the thing is, for me, though, once upon a time he was headed towards that trajectory, but the injuries I think have screwed him, and I blame the manager, to be honest with you, for part of the reason why he is no longer that same player. That significant hamstring injury that he had last season, I think has set him back, and that's due to being overplayed. So, which is a shame, I think, because I think Saka was on that world class trajectory. Whether he'll get back to that level now, we don't know, and I'm not giving up on him. I keep Saka, but you need to add other proper world class players in that forward line because we do not currently have a world class player, maybe aside, like I said, Saka, maybe not, whatever, take him out of the equation. Who else in that forward line is world class? Nobody, right? And you can't win. Can you consistently win Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues without a world class forward? You can't do that. So we're gonna need to sort that out, and I think that's the bottom line, right? Because I agree with you, right? For this season and for this game in particular in the Champions League final, we had to play the way we played because we simply did not have the personnel. Now you cannot play like that next season. You're gonna need to change it up. You're gonna need to be more front-footed. You're gonna need to be more on the attack, and that's gonna require the signings. To be honest with you, that's what we're gonna have to do. We can't rely on this current crop. I think Martinelli will go, and I think he should. There's no more room for sentiment. You got to be ruthless. Thank you for your time, Martinelli, but you're just not of the level required anymore. We got to keep moving up. So I think that's what it was. The final was an eye opener, and again, we almost won it. Again, we're penalty kicks, two penalty kicks away from winning it. But the difference, I think overall PSG, they were the better team on the day. Although again, they didn't create much. We limited them to clear cut chances. Um,
Yeah, because you guys are playing a fucking low block, bro. You know how annoying it is to play that to face a team like that in real life?
yeah, of course, man.
Yeah,
Of
bro.
course it
Like
is.
so. like I know Murdad's like, oh, but they're yeah, bro. Because like if you play against a team, bro, in any game, bro, when a team is just that defensive, when an opponent is just that defensive, bro, that shit gets fucking annoying.
Of course, man,
Like
but
why
it's
why'd you
football,
come
right?
out?
It's
Yes, it's
football
part
though.
of
You
the
have to.
tactics. It's part of yes, you can agree to that. But bro, go to any boxing match and see what
Oh
happens
my.
if two. I swear to you, bro. I swear to you, any boxing match, any UFC match, and watch what happens if a fighter is there not throwing punches. You see what I'm saying? Just wait until the crowd starts to boo,
But that's
right?
the
There's
thing.
a
We're
re
not there, and that's what we
there,
have to remind you guys of. We're not there to entertain you guys. We're here to try and get the job done. We're not
I
trying to make it a
understand.
nice spectacle for
I un-
everyone, right?
I listen. I understand, right? Fair enough. At the end of the day, though, it's still a business, right? There's still an entertainment aspect to it. People pay their tickets, yes. So you do have to put up a performance and whatnot. That I can agree on, right? You're trying to cash trophies, but there's still an art to this game, bro. That let's be real. We're not trying to have sullied over here for the sake of
The art of the game is that we shut down the best offensive team over 120 minutes. I don't understand. You and every single other rival fan just talk shit for no fucking reason. And the argument is simply, oh, well, you guys play Harambe. Motherfucker, you guys haven't done shit for years. Every final, the last seven Wembley finals Chelsea have been in, they've lost. You are the last fan base to open your mouth about anything.
which what about last year's final?
Last year's finals, you guys didn't do shit.
What are you
You're talking
talking
about
about?
a preseason
What
trophy.
what,
That's
what do
what
you
you're hanging
what?
your head on.
Of course, it's a final nonetheless.
Was it
It's
during the year? Did it
it's
actually move the needle for anything
you know
of relevance?
you know
No,
what
it did not.
I will check the
It did
lineup to
not.
see if it was the
It did
same
not.
players that were on that
Man
pitch
City
on
fans are
Saturday.
losing their mind over us winning the Premier League and saying that we lost the Champions League. Motherfucker, Pep is gone. The 115 is coming out. Know your place. Liverpool fans, you said, oh, keep us out of this. You're the same fan base that had a fucking tifo of Arteta saying always the bridesmaid, not the bride. You just spent $500 million. You got worse, and not only did you get worse, your board is so stupid that you could have had Jabi Alonso, a club legend, but you waited, and then you got Andoni Iraola. No,
Not
not
bad.
talking shit about Iraola. He's a very good manager, but not to the level of Jabi Alonso. Jabi Alonso has won a league and he went invincible against the Bayern Munich. So that's what we're talking about. Spurs fans, you're so fucking shameless. 2 years in a row, you finished in relegation zone and you're trying to hang your head on a Europa trophy and come for us? United fans, I'm going to leave you out of this because you guys are just a joke. The only thing you celebrated this year was, what, 14 or 15 set piece assists for Bruno Fernandes, and you think that Bruno Fernandes is better than Thierry Henry? The Thierry Henry? And we're sitting here on the pod for the last, what, I don't even know how long. And all you're saying is haram ball this, haram ball that. It's part of the fucking game. The same way that corner kicks are part of the game, it's part of the fucking game.
The art of defending is an art as well.
You're talking about one side, a little midget who came out of Wolves, who got set up with arguably one of the great managers in Enrique. And then you're discrediting any other player who said, yeah, Arsenal's defending is amazing. Kyle Walker said that. Wayne Rooney said that. Players have come out and said, yeah, it's hard playing against them because they know exactly what they're doing.
All
And you're
English-based
letting
players,
one
by the way.
little midget just
All,
be like, "Oh yeah, this is why people don't like playing against Arsenal because we
bro,
frustrate them."
it's not just him, by the way. Let's just put that question. It's not just him, right? It's
I don't give a fuck if
there
any PSG
there are
player
other
says it.
players.
Laurent, the one piece that I'm gonna say that you probably haven't even thought about is the PSG starting lineup did not play a single minute over the last month in their Farmers League.
That's fair.
Mm.
That's fair.
You're talking about, oh,
It's a
well, why can't Arsenal play like that? The same, we play in the hardest league in the world, and all these players have to play week in and week out every 3 games. We didn't lose a single game. You understand that, right? The Champions League final doesn't go down as a loss on the category because we lost in PKs.
But we're not gonna do that, bro. We're not gonna do that.
100% because that
No,
is a fact. That
bro.
is a fact. We didn't lose a single game.
Oh,
The
you're
PSG players did not play even I think the player that played the most minutes was on the bench in
Who walked?
Barcola.
Listen, who walked out of there with the gold? Who walked out of there with their hand raised?
Laurent,
You see what I'm
you're not
saying?
even
That's
relevant in this conversation.
bro. That's what matters
You're
at
not
the end
even
of the day.
relevant in this conversation. Chelsea didn't do shit. We've owned you for the past, I don't even know how long we've owned you. That's
Yeah,
how
and then
long
when
it's
our
been.
balls are hanging down your face, you see our European
What
trophies,
balls? What
right? Yeah,
balls?
yeah. When
Bro,
our balls are,
we're going to the past now. It's okay. You can hold all the European trophies. We got the fucking gold one. And last thing that I remember is gold is actually more valuable than silver. Isn't that right?
yeah,
So
we have a
shut your mouth on that one
we have
too.
a we
Because
have a
gold will always be more than silver.
our
Yeah,
our Mickey
hold
Mouse
that shit.
our Mickey Mouse
Hold
trophy is gold
that
too.
shit. Hold that.
But
Hold that. Gold will always be more valuable than silver.
our Mickey Mouse trophy is gold too, by the way.
Yeah. Your what's gold? Your what's
Anywho,
gold? Yeah, that's what I thought. A preseason trophy.
listen, if you guys are
Oh
down to keep
my God.
playing the type of football
I'll
you
play the same exact football that won us the Premier League and we'll win the Champions League.
oh you
And
will
then
not
we'll come on this pod and I'll laugh in your face when you're like,
you're gonna win the Champions
fuck,
League
we
next
just
year?
got.
Wait,
I
you're gonna
already
win?
said it. You want me to say it again? Yes, Arsenal are going to win the Champions League next
All right.
year.
I'm just like before I go to
Because
bed, I'm gonna
because
roll back to the
let's not forget, out of the three of us, I had the best predictions. The preseason predictions, I was
uh-huh.
I was closer than everyone. You had every single prediction
Mm-hmm.
wrong. Every
Okay.
single prediction. So if
Okay.
anyone's gonna listen to any preseason predictions or early preseason predictions, people are
Mm,
gonna listen to me.
right.
Not
Right.
someone who thought that Bean Centurion was a joke, and you
Mm.
made fun of Chelsea. You thought you're so stupid that you actually thought Chelsea were going to be Centurion. Can we just take that in for a minute? You discredited Man City's Centurion season. That's how high you are. You discredited Man City's. I
Yes.
hate Man City with a passion, but I will never discredit that. 100 points.
Yes, I truly do hold my club in high regards, given our feats
And
as
then
of
we're
late.
deluded.
Well, again, like I said, right? You have to look at what you've done, right? Um, and Europe is just
When we used to say that though, people used to they used to take the piss out of us. Oh, history FC, this and that. And now look how
well,
the tables have turned.
5 years ago, man, 5 years ago, right?
It's a long
Is when
time.
we done it. Yes, I do agree. It is starting to feel quite long.
5 years ago that you won the Premier League?
No,
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 it's even longer
uh,
than that for the Prem.
Oh,
Gotta
okay,
go way
okay,
back.
okay, okay.
no. I'm talking about
Because
the thing.
I'm talking about Premier League. I'm talking about
Yeah,
Centurions.
no, no.
Like
I'm talking about the thing you've never won, ever. Like you've never even licked the boots off of a
technically
European.
speaking, by the letter of the law, we have won a European trophy. Technically speaking.
Yeah.
So if
Well,
we
no,
want
no,
to,
no.
if we want to bring out the
Hold on,
technicalities, because you're
hold on,
bringing
hold on,
out the
hold on.
technicalities of
Wait.
the Club World Cup, which is a preseason trophy, with the technicalities, we've actually won a European
Wait,
trophy.
are
So
we still talking about Champions League here?
are you actually, are you fucked in the head? You were the one who was talking about Champions League right now.
Right. No. So yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. So you guys have
Yes,
won the Champions League.
yes, we've won a European
Wait, no,
trophy.
no. You guys won the Champions League.
The Champions League is a European trophy. So yes, we've won a
Uh,
European
all
trophy.
right, all right. This I'm gonna go search this up. I'm gonna search because as far as I'm concerned, right? Even in the media when this game was presented, it was presented as Arsenal's opportunity to win it for the first time, and I'm pretty sure those guys they've done their homework, right? They've done
Yes,
their
but you're
checks.
talking about a European trophy, and the European trophy is Champions League, and we're talking about European. So if you want to get technical, and that's why I keep saying technical, yes, technically we've won a European trophy, Laurent.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Because you're the one who
This
always
is
says by the letter of the law. So by the
yo,
letter of the
this is
law, with the way that
bro.
the English language is spoken, yes, we've won a European trophy.
This is sad, bro. How do you lawyer yourself into winning a trophy, bro? Just like
I'm
that.
not lowering myself at all. It's the same thing that if any of you listen to the fan debate, you got the Man City fan all of a sudden including the Community Shield as a trophy for Pep Guardiola, but then when Arteta said that the Community Shield is a trophy, oh, he's using a preseason trophy. He hasn't won any trophies. It's like motherfucker, is it a trophy or is it not a trophy?
Wait, I'm
But when
actually
it comes to Pep
curious.
Guardiola, it's a trophy. But when it comes to Arteta, it's not a trophy. This is what I'm talking about. all you fan bases are so shameless and so pathetic with your own lives and your own supporting of your team that you'd rather hate watch and watch and try to like dissect every single game because you have nothing else going for your own clubs. Next year, the biggest competition that we're gonna have for the Premier League may actually be Aston Villa. It will not be Man City with Enzo Maresca. It will definitely not be Liverpool with Andoni Iraola. They need like 17 different players, and the same shit's gonna happen that happened this year. Fuck, it's definitely not gonna be Chelsea. Who the fuck are they gonna sign? Who wants to go to Chelsea?
Bro,
Who the
everyone,
fuck wants to go to Chelsea playing once a week?
bro,
Definitely won't
Chelsea,
be United. United are gonna get fucked playing midweek. We saw
no,
what happened last time they played midweek.
bro,
But
Chelsea's a household name, bro. Don't worry about it.
Chelsea's a household name.
It's a household name, bro.
The
You
only
just put
household name that Chelsea is when I'm looking to wipe my ass instead of saying toilet paper, I'm like, hey babe, do you have the Chelsea? And then she brings a Chelsea and I wipe my ass with it.
right,
That's
right,
how it's a household name.
right. Can I wipe my ass with the Intercity's first cup, right?
Intercity's first cup?
First cup,
The
right?
fuck
I,
is that?
what do you mean? What the fuck is that? That's what you're boasting about this whole time, bro. That this European thing that you won, right? I just did my search,
By the
and
letter of the law, yes,
ni-
it's a
ni-
European trophy.
oh, okay,
Thank you
right.
for
So,
proving it,
so,
because
so
by the letter
hold
of
on,
the
hold on.
law, it is
Well,
a European trophy.
hold on, right? We're just for the viewers at home, and I know there's some Arsenal fan here getting all giddy. He can go back to his friends, come Monday and tell them about how, oh, look, we've won a European trophy. Slow down there, all right? Slow down. From what I'm seeing here,
So you're saying that I'm gonna wait 3 days to go to my friends and tell them
no,
that?
no, no. I'm
Maybe
talking about
tomorrow.
the other Arsenal fans that are gonna listen to this that are gonna be giddy. Oh, look, turns out we actually did win something in Europe. Well, this year is a competition widely considered the predecessor to the modern UEFA Europa League, is what I'm seeing here. Um,
But
so
technically, it's still a European trophy.
The
and
trophy that you're referring to, Laurent, is called the European Cup Winners' Cup. That's the European trophy that we won, and that was
oh,
in
that's what
1994.
you're referring to.
Yeah, that's the last European Cup that we won in 1994.
It's funny. He has Google up, and we
No, but
still know more than him.
no, no,
This
no.
is hilarious.
I did see that one, but I'm referring to that
Kids,
to that one, the
with the way that
1969
AI
and
is
19
progressing, kids,
1970.
make sure you know how to use AI to help you
Hold
because
on,
you will
hold
be
on.
left behind.
Hold on, we didn't even get there. We didn't even get there because yes, that is the one that I do see underneath that, right? But it seems that even our co-host here was not aware of the 1969-1970 Intercities First Cup, right? So
Wasn't okay. You want me to go back to 1969? I'm not gonna. How much further back do you want me to go? You want me to go back to 1932 when we won the Premier League
bro,
and we were
listen,
dominating?
you guys are the history experts when it comes to
Oh,
history stuff
now
here.
we're the history
Yeah, of
experts. That's
course. You
hilarious.
guys have always been. You guys have always been.
Oh, now
I
we're.
don't I don't go far back to boast, right? Right? Like, but look, you guys. You guys are going back to 19. Bro, were we even born? You see what I'm saying? Like, were we
The
even
reason
born?
why we can go back that far is because we have history, something that Chelsea will never, never
Mm.
experience.
Well,
Never,
guess what?
never. That's
I've experienced
history.
my side
That's
building.
history.
Guess what? In my lifetime,
Chicken butt.
I've experienced my side building history for those that are gonna come after. That's what I've
by
witnessed. That's what I've witnessed.
by boosting the numbers and then getting caught with
Um,
75 breaches.
it is
But
what
that
it
is
is, man.
also a fact. If you Google it, and you know what, you can actually use ChatGPT. It might help you. It might speed things up for you. Because, I know you like living in the past. You're kind of, aging yourself a little bit. But if you actually use ChatGPT properly, it will explain to you what history means. Something that Chelsea does not have. Because they only bought their history. Same thing with PSG. And soon, when we see the 115 come out for Man City, we're all going to know what they did.
So are we gonna lose these trophies now? Are they gonna be invalidated?
100%. They're going to have an asterisk next to it. 100%.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, those trophies are staying in that cabinet. And just like our admin account tagged you in, if you want a tour, right, of our historic, prolific trophy cabinet. Come on down, bro. There's no need to be upset,
The
right?
thing is, it's so sad that Chelsea has to go to that extent to get people to come for a stadium tour. CJ, I don't know about you, but like people are lined up to do a stadium tour of the Arsenal. I don't see us posting on Twitter or on X or on Instagram to say, hey, come on down, come look at our stadium. But different clubs have to actually go to that extent and try to be relevant in the conversation when it's Arsenal's time to try to say, hey, come look at our shitty Stamford Bridge that's falling apart. And,
Yeah.
there's going to be no European games for another 12 months, potentially longer. I don't know. It's curious. Curious. Makes you wonder, right? Really makes you wonder.
I
Mm.
thought it was quite funny as well, actually, to be honest. Like I think it's cute, the rival fans that are out there and they're looking and waiting for Arsenal to fail. Um, I found it quite funny seeing a lot of y'all work for PSG, because your own clubs aren't there or thereabouts and can't get the job done. And basically, Laurent, it's not just you; it's all the other poor fans out there at the moment looking for spare change. It's the thought process that, celebrating Arsenal's loss when we're still Premier League champions is the only thing that y'all can really celebrate this season. And again, fair enough, like I said, everything has its time. Right now is our time. So you guys are just gonna have to sit there and own that and accept that. And I think there's this fear amongst rival fans like yourselves that Arsenal is here for a while. This isn't like, you know what I mean? Like this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. In '06, the difference between '06 final and this final is in '06, right? That was kind of they were coming to the end of that dynasty. The Henrys and those guys, they were fading out. That was kind of like the last straw, the last hurrah for them, the last dance, if you will. But
What is this?
this is a team now, like, again, we're talking about stability, right? We're talking about a manager who's just got his first Premier League, a manager who, has put this team together now, and we have players who are entering their primes, mid to late 20s, not even in their full primes yet, guys on long-term contracts, proper like stability at the club. You know what I mean? Whereas yourselves, Chelsea's in transition, United's in transition, Liverpool's in transition, City's in transition. Like, so whereas, this you would think, and like I said, '06 was the end of a dynasty, this is kind of just the beginning of more. You know what I mean? And that's where I think you guys are
More
really
what?
concerned, of more
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 what?
winning, more
trophies.
Uh,
success.
all
And
right, all
that's
right.
where I
So
think you
wait,
guys
all
are
right.
really,
Let's.
hold on, let me land and
All
I'll
right,
let you
okay.
you
All
come
right,
back
all
in.
right.
That's where I think you guys are really concerned about because now you're saying, okay, whew, well, they got the Premier League, there's no Champions League, so we're safe for one more season. But I'll be honest with you, like, and I'm not the one, like, I don't come out with chest and make these bold statements, but I think we're in a time now within the next few years, Arsenal is going to get that Champions League. Like, let's just be honest about
Man,
what's going on.
listen. If you're gonna say it, bro, don't half step. Don't half step. I'm gonna ask you the question straight. Are you winning the Champions League next year?
Yes.
No, 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 not you. Because I already know, bro. You say yes to anything Arsenal, bro. I want to know if
No,
that
I don't
guy
say
there.
yes to everything, Arsenal. Ask me a question
Yeah,
about Arsenal, I'll,
no, no.
I'll say no.
Listen, bro, for most things, you're going to say yes. But CJ, bro, I need the way you're talking, bro. I need to know if you are on board with the camp that is the Arsenal, whatever it is that you guys got going on. Are you winning the Champions League next year? Yes or no?
Of course, I'm on board with the Arsenal
No, 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 no,
like
no,
camp
no,
right
no,
now.
no, no.
And
Don't give me that
what
shit,
I
bro. Just say
what
yes or no. Are you winning the Champions League next year? Yes or no?
I don't know that. What I told you, like you're twisting what I'm saying. What I told you is that I think within the next few years, Arsenal's getting that Champions League. That's what
Bro,
I
bro,
told you.
bro, bro.
And now
All
you're,
right, all right. So, okay, okay. I'll make it easier. I'll make it easier. Within the next 5 years, are you winning the Champions League? Yes or no?
yeah, I think we have a very good chance in the next 5 years to win the Champions League. And
So you're
that's what
saying
I'm
yes. You're
saying.
saying yes. In the next 5 years, Arsenal is lifting that trophy. In the next 5 years.
Yes, I think Arsenal has the best chance in the next 5 years to lift the
I
Champions
like
League.
it's always yes. You're almost doing what I do, like for
So
real.
so
Like
let
I
me
just
I, let me let me
you know what I mean.
let
Like
me flip it.
just
Let me flip it on you. Let me flip it on you.
mm,
Actually, let me tell you something is a fact. And I think if you don't agree with this, then you're deluded. Arsenal has a better chance to win the Champions League next than Chelsea do. Yes or no?
Currently, yes, yes,
Okay.
I would
So let
I
me
would agree.
continue what I was saying before
Yeah, it's that
you
simple. It's that
interrupted.
simple. I'm not gonna say yes
I'm
because
glad
right.
I'm glad now because earlier on
Uh,
you delusionally said that you'd rather have finished 10th than win the Premier League and get to a Champions League final, but we'll scratch that for now. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So your fear factor, y'all fear factor comes from the fact that, like I said, this is just the beginning of success for Arsenal Football Club, right? While you guys are still trying to pull the tissue out of your ass and figure out what happens next. So
Pull the Chelsea
sorry,
out of
the
their
Chelsea,
ass.
yeah. Right. So basically what you kind of what you said again, because your history is so good that it's basically okay to finish 10th again next season because we won the Club World Cup 2 years ago, or we won the Champions League during COVID, or we won the Champions League when we were in grade 11, grade 12. You know what I mean? All that is okay, all that is good. It's all well and good to finish 10th, and I'm not worried, which is what you tried to pretend to tell us earlier. I'm not worried, Chelsea fan, or I'm not worried, as a United fan, because our history is so great, the thing that Arsenal used to boast about a long time ago. But the here and now, Eckhart Tolle, the power of now, being the present, we're not making any noise, but it's okay because we did this 3, 4, 5 years ago. Well, y'all are the kind of people that, your girl's gonna dump you soon because again, what have you done for me lately? I don't care that you bought me a roses for my birthday 5 years ago. I want to know what you're giving me now. You know what I mean? I need the stability now. That's what these shorties are gonna be telling you. You know what I mean? So we don't care about what happened 5 years ago, bro. We're talking about the power of now. And right now is Arsenal's time. So I understand why y'all are sweating. And right now, and I'll tell you this another thing, if you're pressing me for all these questions that you're asking me, Arsenal has the best chance. Arsenal has the best chance to win the Premier League again next season. Murad made this point to you even before the season ended, and I can now sit here and say,
I'd agree with that.
based on everything that I've just mentioned,
Hmm.
Arsenal can go again. They have the best chance to retain this Premier League. Like all that to say, bro, the bottom line is we are here to stay for the next little bit, and you guys are gonna have to get used to that. And I think that's where your guys' fear comes from. So whilst we didn't get over the Champions League this season, you guys are thinking, okay, we're safe for another year. We can use this whole Champions of Europe thing and use that against that's the stick that we're gonna use to beat them with for next year because you basically
Yeah,
have 12 more
I'm
months
gonna
to hope
beat you
that it
again
doesn't
with it.
happen again.
I'm gonna beat y'all again with it next year, bro.
Yeah, and again, guess what? And guess who
Mhm.
won't be in the Champions League next season?
That's fair. That's fair.
All
And
right.
guess who? And guess like
All right. So
if
you know what I'm saying?
we're not
So
in and y'all don't win, it's you know what I mean.
well,
It's
one thing is a
mano
fact,
and
and one
mano.
thing one thing isn't. One thing is a fact, and the fact of the
Hmm.
matter is that you guys are nowhere near it,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So you're gonna have to sit there and sweat again for another 12 months and hope that we don't win it again. That's the difference. We're not, as Murdoch said earlier, we're not worried about you guys right now, bro. You guys are way out of sight. Like we've long gone, long past you. Normality has resumed in the Premier League, whereas Arsenal is up here and Chelsea is back down here. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to hope that we don't win it again. Whereas we know for a fact, factually, that you guys aren't even gonna be sitting anywhere near our table. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. And so the narrative has now spun where again, it was, oh, Arsenal, try and get in the top four, or Arsenal, now you have to win the league. We've done those things. We're slowly climbing that ladder. So now the stick that you guys are going to try and use to beat us with is, well, they haven't won the Champions League yet. Bro, I pray for y'all's sake. If you'd better hope that we don't get that Champions League because then all your ammo is out the window.
Of course.
Unless you include the preseason one, but yeah, the preseason Club World Cup. But yeah, man, it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan, all in all. I think this is, like I said, just the start of success. And yeah, I think the parade, which we can transition to, if we have the time, the parade was a sign of that. The
Wait, hold
turnout of
on.
it.
Just CJ, right before we go into the parade, sorry, I just have to
Yeah,
make one last comment. Um, to the Man City fan who the infamous meme for your 15 minutes of fame, you're not fucking relevant, dog. Cash your check and go home. Cash your check and go home. You're not fucking relevant. Talking about that you got an Eze said Eze could care less about you. Did you not listen to the press conference when he was pressed by journalists saying, "Hey, Arsenal, there's been a lot of hate about Arsenal, yada yada yada," and you just sat there, he's like, "I don't care. You took your 15 minutes of fame, bravo. You're a meme for eternity, but like, how can we bottle a Champions League final when it's a one-off game?" Anyways, sorry. Just had to say that because seen that guy pop up a lot and just he needs to know his place.
yeah, man. Look, all in all, again, it's good. We're all bantering here and we're all going back and forth on the Arsenal at the moment. Arsenal's a big topic of conversation, positively or negatively, always. But I think it's just because of we've talked about Arsenal being a big club for a while and just a sleeping giant that's been, trying to wake up for the longest time. And yeah, I think this was the season. Whether it was, like I said, positive media coverage around us, negative media coverage around us, we've been that sort of topic of conversation. And yeah, it feels like a time now where we can officially say, we've been trying to say that we're back for a few years now. But I think at the end of 25-26 season, you can officially say that Arsenal, that sleeping giant is awake and we're officially back because we finally got, that main piece of silverware over the line, right? The big one. And now, as Arteta even said, it's time to get the bigger one. The bigger one is next. We didn't quite get the bigger one this season, but we go again. And I'm already excited for next season. We're going to spend the time in the podcast in the next, coming weeks and days to come, talking about, we'll do a season review. So stay locked in here with us. We're going to do a season review fully of the season that just passed and what's ahead for all of our clubs and how the things are shaping up to come into the new season. But yeah, I think, we're all excited about it. We're all excited about, well, first of all, I think we need a break because, it's been a long, grueling season for all of us. So we do need a bit of a break. It'll be nice to turn our attentions to the World Cup, see what's going on there. And then yeah, once that concludes, it'll be all hands on deck again for the Premier League and for the new season and for Europe and so on. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting changes. We're gonna always look to improve the podcast going into the new season as well. Make little changes here and there to improve our stuff and the content that we're putting out. Um, but yeah, fellas, I mean, we're over an hour in already, but it's good, man. We needed to talk about it. Obviously, we needed to talk about what, the week that's been, and obviously me and Murdad was away, so there was a lot to catch up on. We went to the parade. I don't know if Murdad, you want to briefly touch on your
Oh
experience in
God.
London or the parade, but
It was absolutely epic. I think I told you we saw it. We saw the bus go by twice. We started off at Highbury Islington Station. We got there early, and then we realized we're like, damn, we're so early, and where we're at for the parade and the loop that they were going to take. My brother and I were like, this is going to take another like 2.5, 3 hours. So we actually decided to go across, and we went to
mm,
uh, near Angel. We were a little bit further up, like on Essex, because we didn't want to get too far down and then not be able to cut across. So we walked up Essex, and we found this like side street where there was this Jamaican family making jerk chicken
nice. Yeah.
like on the side. Um, we bought ourselves jerk chicken. We,
Oh, nice.
had a meal. Bro, it hit the spot. And as soon as we got our meal. As soon as we finished our meal, the bus came. So we saw Arteta. I saw live when Ben White took Odegaard's sunglasses and threw them.
Oh,
I saw
you
that
actually saw
live.
that in real
Yeah, I
time?
saw that
That's
live. I have
jokes.
it in my videos. I saw that live. Ben White is fucking
Yeah, he's hilarious.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, and then once they left, we ran across all the way across to Highbury Islington, and then we saw them again. I think if I'm not mistaken, that was also part one. I think it was that part where Ben White was singing "Rice Rice Baby," or was that? No, no, no. Sorry, that was when Ben White was saying "Hincapie, take your bomb out."
Yeah, yeah, jokes. Yo, he's so
Ben
funny.
White, I would love to party with that guy. He's just hilarious. But yeah, man, it was absolutely epic. Like if our flight wasn't so early in the morning, because our flight was at 8 a.m. I think my brother and I would have probably gone to the Emirates and just like partied. Because like in the morning when I think we got up we were at the train station at 5 a.m.
Mm,
There's people coming from the Emirates.
jeez.
So that was epic. And where our hotel was near King Cross, St. Pancras. It was shut down
Yeah, a lot of stations
because
are shut down. Yeah.
like St. Pancras, obviously Highbury Islington was shut down, Angel was shut down. Um, yeah, it was honestly like if we win it next year, I don't think it can be this big.
The Premier League you're talking.
Yeah, I don't think it will. I don't think the parade will ever be this big because it's the first time in 22 years. And what the other fan bases don't understand is with the amount of hate that Arsenal received the entire season, like everyone was together.
Yeah.
you know? Um,
Yeah, I agree with that.
the only way the next year's parade could be like bigger than this year's is
Champions
if
League.
not even Champions League, honestly, CJ, is if we do the trouble. No, I'm being serious. Like that's the only way that I can see the parade being as big as this year's. Now, do I think a trouble is realistic? Fuck no. No, I don't think with the amount of investment that we need, no. I don't think a trouble is realistic. Um, but it was epic, man. Obviously, it could have been a little bit better if we had won the Champions League and I had my post match. Like when I tell you instant post match reaction. Um, that was a tough pill to swallow, but overall, man, it was absolutely epic. Like,
Yeah.
like from the flight there, just yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. No, just quickly from my perspective as well. And funny enough, viewers listening, if you're listening and got this far, um, and Laurent, actually, I don't even know if you know this, but me and Murdoch didn't even actually get a chance to link up down there, so I didn't see
Yeah.
him down there. Um, yeah, it was just a crazy few days, and obviously by the time the parade day came, I was at Angel Station as well, because I was told not to go to Holloway Road area. The Holloway Road area was like like one of the busier parts, and obviously for me, again, it's different. I was actually with wifey and whatever, so I think my experience would have been a lot more, intense if I wasn't with wifey on the day. But she came with me, and bless her for that. She was a trooper, held it down and stood there for 3 hours waiting for the train to pass, the bus to pass by. Sorry, and I had another one of my boys with me. I think you guys know him from York, Yusuf. Um, he was there as well with us, and whatever. We are all just kind of chilling, having a few beers, and we stood in line in our spot. We had a good, pretty much spot at the front of the gate, so we saw the bus come right by. We were at one of the front of the gates. And we had to hold it down and stand there for about, like I said, close to 2 hours, 3 hours, because if you get out of your spot, then you're screwed. You have to fight your way back through the crowd. So it's like we
Hmm.
didn't even want to, go to get beer or anything or get too many drinks because, if you get too many drinks and you have to freaking take a piss or whatever, you leave your spot and then,
Yeah. And then
you're
you're done.
yeah, and then you're done for. And like I said, we had a spot literally right at the front of the gate, where the blockage was. So we had a really good view. So yeah, we just held it down there, stuck it out. But yeah, it was good vibes all around us. Obviously, fans were chanting, cheering. Little kids are putting on a show, and people. There's all kind of things going on. And yeah, the bus passes by. So it's funny, we're all there standing in line for hours just to see a bus go by for a few seconds when you really take it in. Um,
Hmm.
and like zoom out and take it in. Like, we're all really there, people flying in from all over the place, waiting to see a bus go by for a few seconds, and you've done the most to get yourself in that situation. But people like you who get to see it more than once, the bus go by more than once by standing in different areas and running around, that's I rate that you did that. And like I said, if I was with like myself or with the guys or something, I would have done that. But obviously I didn't want to
Yeah.
do the most when I had wifey with me and whatever. So even just staying till all night after the parade and after the bus went by and stuff, like I would have been probably staying out all night too. I had a couple cousins who did a couple after parties. My cousins are down there and they did some Arsenal after parties that were in the area. So vibes were just going all night, man. And honestly, bro, I think I was saying this to you in a voice note too. It was just good to see, and even Laurent and anyone who appreciates football. Like forget the club that you support for a second, but anyone who appreciates football the way that we do, it's definitely an experience that every football fan should be a part of. For your football club, when you're in that environment and it's all your people, it's all every corner, every street, people on bikes, Arsenal tops, all ages, shapes and sizes, men, women, dogs,
Dogs.
children. No, legit, I was people seeing
Dogs.
their dogs with Arsenal kits on and like everything, bro.
Yeah.
Like just everywhere on the street, bro. It's your culture, it's your environment, it's all your people, it's
Yeah.
football people, and it's all football people wearing your kit, your jerseys, and everyone's chanting. You don't even know the person next to you. And it was the same experience that I had on the Saturday when I watched the game during the Champions League final, right? When Kai Havertz scores that early, and you're hugging strangers and people that you don't even know, and it's just like it's nice to be a part of, to be honest with you. And obviously the parade day, it's just like yeah, like I said, it's
Yeah.
it's all your people, it's all, and this is what the club is doing, right? So a message from my perspective, at least to the club, to anybody listening um, is Josh Kroenke, and it's for him specifically. It's nice to see him part of all of this. He's the owner, and for the longest time we've been hard on the owners because we want them to invest so we can have more days like this. So for anybody listening who's from an Arsenal persuasion, and it's just like Josh Kroenke, Andrea Bertha, Arteta. Hopefully, you guys are all locked in and seeing what turned out on that Sunday and the 1.5 million people at the parade and saying, wow, this is a massive football club who, that has been starved of success for so long of this level. We want more of this. We want more days like this. Look at the fans. Look how loyal all these fans are coming from all over the world. Like, look at what's going on. In other countries, even the night we won the league, the Tuesday that we won the league, when City dropped points to Bournemouth, you guys saw, I'm sure, maybe clips from
Yeah.
other cities around the world turning up that night. Kenya, Uganda, Asia, like America, like this is a proper like a massive club, that's just been again, it's the sleeping giant, so to speak, where we have such a big fan base and people who just support this club and we want the best for it. And you see the scenes of the parade when we're winning and the buses are going by and everybody's just there. Even the support, people were kind of afraid about the turnout, what the turnout was going to be like after losing the Champions League final. But no, people still turned out in their numbers. And again, 1.5 million just to support this club and the love for the club. So hopefully this is, like I said, this the start of something, and we continue to spur on the success that the club deserves because it's again, it's a big historic football club. So yeah, man, it was a nice experience. It was nice to be a part of and celebrate with fans and people you don't know and just see the vibes and music and singing and food, like Murad said. And it's just great vibes. You can't really explain it in enough words. You have to really be a part of it to know. One thing I do plan on doing, I don't know if you were going to do the same or not, but I'm going to try and get a vlog out. I took a lot of little clips and content bits that I'm going to try and get somebody to edit for me and turn into a vlog that I want to put out on the channel. So that'll be nice to see. Because yeah, pictures is the closest you're going to get in terms of actually being able to describe it. Pictures and videos, like you need to
Yeah.
see it to sort of experience it like that. So, but yeah, man, all in all, it's a good time. We came back safe and we're here. So, yeah, it's we
Back
go
to
again.
reality.
Back to reality, man. But I'm already looking like, yes, we need this break, boys, but I'm already looking forward to the next season again, just to kind of do all this stuff all over again, the banter, the stresses, the heartaches and the
I
we can
mean, hold on, CJ, hold on. We're talking
Mhm.
about banter. There, there's going to be little to no room for banter on this pod.
Why you say that?
One of us plays every 3 days, one of us plays every 7 days. How much banter can you have?
Ah, yeah, well,
That's cute.
it is what it is, Laurent, you got work to do, man. You got to get back up there so that we can make
You
this more fun, more
It's
entertaining.
funny, we talked shit about Julian so much last year, or I talked shit so much about Julian, and now you are the live Julian. We get to experience you on the pod twice per week, and I can shit talk you twice per week because you're playing once a week, sir. You're actually recording more podcasts than your team is playing.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, it's part of the process. It's part of the
You are more
process.
relevant than Chelsea.
It's part of the it's part of the process, right? You gotta hold your chin high, man. And like I told CJ, man, on air, off air, it is what it is. I'm not too bothered. I'm take that stance and I hold it very firmly. Chelsea will be back. We will be back.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because you like asking yes no questions. I want to ask you a couple yes no questions. Chelsea finish top four next year? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
Wow.
It could happen, but I'm gonna say no.
Javi Alonso will last the entire season.
I'm gonna say yes.
Chelsea will win the Europa League, not the following year. So not the 26-27 season, the 27-28 season.
Hmm. Wait, Champions League is what? Top four spots?
It's probably gonna be top five.
Okay, so we'll be in Champions League because we'll finish fifth.
Last question. Will you sign a defender that's over the age of 22?
Hmm. That's a tough one. That's a very tough one. I'm going to go off of my gut instinct. I'm gonna go no.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Okay.
no. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Um, well, yes. So prediction series is done. CJ was the winner, and yes, he is gonna get his jersey. Um, like
Vamos.
like I said, like I teased at the earlier part of the podcast, we are gonna put out the FPL Fantasy Premier League. We're gonna put out a code so you can join when the new season starts. And I do have a little sneak peek of a new application that we're going to try to tease out for the podcast so that we can just get a community base going and just so we can interact with you guys a little bit more and we can have more banter. We can, maybe we'll get Julian on the pod and we can go at it a little bit and I can just make fun of him a little bit.
Wait, you
Um,
do realize Julian's a PSG fan, right? Just a heads up.
that's fine. Every single rival fan is a PSG fan. So,
No, no, no. Like he's actually, I'll tell you straight up, bro. He genuinely is a PSG fan.
so he's a United fan and a PSG fan.
I will say he supports Paris. Like this has been known from time that he's. Listen, when I first heard it, I was shocked
So,
as well.
so hold on. So is he like you that he supports Chelsea and Liverpool and United,
No, I only support Chelsea. I only support
not
Chelsea.
Liverpool? Oh, is it because of the bald guy gone? CJ, I'm still fucking mad at you for recording that pod without me because I knew he was gonna get sacked. God damn it. God fucking damn it.
Yeah, listen, no, I'm not having that, Laurent. Julian, no. Don't tell me now, oh yeah, he supports PSG. No, he's a United fan. And if anything, it's a dual fan
Dual citizenship.
situation. Yeah, 100%. Like I'm not having it now that oh he's a PSG fan. Fuck out of here. No. He'll be the same guy if United gets back to the top, he'll be riding that wave too. So no, I'm not having it. We grew up knowing Julian was a United fan, and that's what we're rocking with. Yes, you can say he's got the dual citizenship, but there's no way man's are telling me now he's strictly a PSG fan. I am not having that for a second.
That's like saying LeBron is strictly a Chelsea fan.
Of course, bro. I don't have dual citizenship, so yeah, man. But I am anti-Arsenal, and I've made that point clear. So we're
Thank
not
the Lord.
we're not gonna pretend like it's anything other than that.
Bring on the haters.
hmm hmm So yeah, man. I look forward, like you said, to more upsets next year. So cheers, toast to that.
Well, on that bombshell, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're gonna be coming out with two pods every week, especially with the World Cup. We're gonna, maybe we restart a World Cup prediction series. Who knows? But the only way you'll find out is if you tune in. And as always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. More content's coming your way, and up the arsenal.
Up
Adios.
the Arsenal. Laurent, your turn.
Up to Chelsea.
Ah, boo.
Oh shit.
All right, LPs. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a good season. And yeah, man, we'll be here. Same ways. Pre-World Cup vibes and more banter and Premier League champions all summer long. So Arsenal fans, turn up all summer long in all your functions with your Arsenal kits. Make sure you piss everybody else off. So on that bombshell, adios.
Adios.